don't mind me for the time being because I am not doing anything right now. I'm just trying to figure out how to get this stupid thing to work. It's becoming very irritating. Because I don't. Hi, Karen. Hi. Yeah, sorry, I'm not like showing anything cool or um I'm currently trying to get Nightbot to show up on my chat so that when I stream, I can actually use my commands. But my commands at the moment refuse to work for some reason. And supposedly, if I follow this thing or what have you, it'll work. But I'm trying to figure out how to get it to do that. So we'll see. Authorizing game about to, yeah, how do you get Nightbot to join your channel? It apparently works a little different than Twitch, so of course. I swear there's such a learning curve. But hi, how are you doing, Karen? I hope you're doing well. Let's see, what if you are not on Twitch? What if you're doing it to YouTube though? Can we just have like a YouTube specific? Okay, let me see. Well, it's running right now. So, hi Tyler, how are you doing? Karen, I'm doing well this Monday evening, enjoying the cool weather. Ooh, what's the temperature there, if you don't mind me asking? And hi Tyler. Yeah, as you can see, this is simply a test, hence the title. I'm just trying to get to hi Donnie. I'm just trying to get it to show commands like the commands in the chat because Nightbot doesn't seem to want to notice me. And I'm like, come on, man, notice me. Notice me. New manager, what's that? Huh? Submit, I guess. I don't know who that. Okay, what? I'm confused. Let's see, logs. I mean, it said that it should be popping up in the logs, but lo and behold, it is not. I hope it can sort everything out. It can be so annoying sometimes. It's so true. Yeah, Tyler, it's just a black screen because like I said, it's in the title. It says it's simply a test. Like I am purely on here because I need to be live in order to get Nightbot to work on here. So it's not meant for any sort of entertainment purpose. It's just super boring in here. So if you'd like to keep me company, by all means, I would of course enjoy it. But if you're looking for like gameplay or something, it's not going to be here at the moment. But 7 p.m. Central Time today, I will be on, and it actually will be for entertainment purposes. It'll be Dead by Daylight. So Donnie says, I have the volume muted, so if you're saying anything, I can't hear you. Just want to support you, and it's just a test. Oh. The weather here is like 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. Like hardcore jealous, man. Okay, let's see. Getting Nightbot to join your stupid channel. Saying commands. You might hear a video, just heads
So
up.
if you click join channel up in the top right, you're going to get a little pop-up window saying that Nightbot has joined your channel, but you need to make sure the first thing that you're going to need to do is to head to the Nightbot website. That is nightbot.tv.
Yeah, did that.
And exactly the same for YouTube. You're basically going to log into your location to use some of your central location where you can see some statistics about how Nightbot has been interacting with your chat, such as how many commands or timeouts or messages it's sent, as well as things like who your top chatter is or what the top command is, what people are requesting from Nightbot the most. Now, before we start playing around with all the different settings and commands, the first thing that we need to do is to have Nightbot actually join our Twitch channel. So if you click join channel up in the top right, you're going to get a little pop-up window saying that Nightbot.
Okay, wait. Is there a little Nightbot join channel thing that I'm not seeing? Oh, join channel. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere, guys. Okay, what do I do? Head to my community settings. Okay, community settings. Yes, yes. Okay, I did that. Enter the link into the mod list. Okay, okay. Did I do it? Did I don't know. And don't forget to press save. Okay, save. Will that work? Is he gonna be in my life now? Is my beloved Nightbot gonna be popping up now? Oh, maybe it will. Okay, so Nightbot is aware of me now. Okay, okay, we're getting places. We're getting places. Go live. Nightbot will only join streams that are live, not listed on private. Okay. Well, I am live. So where are you, Nightbot? Let's see. Let's see. It still isn't working. Do I have to end it and come back? Or maybe now I have to go to logs? Okay, maybe I just need to continue watching this YouTube video.
Has joined your channel, but you need to make sure that you give Nightbot the moderator status in your Twitch chat. If you are doing this with YouTube, currently you need to make sure that you're live when you're joining Nightbot into your channel. This is just to do with the API limits on YouTube currently, so hopefully that won't be your channel. If you head over to your Twitch and YouTube channels to moderator status, you should see a text message just saying that you have added Nightbot as a moderator of this room. Believe it or not, that is actually all of the setup that you need to do to have Nightbot as part of your channel. Everyking else now
Nightbot,
is
where are you at?
We'll start with commands. So if you click commands,
yeah, I already made
Nightbot's already set these Nightbot back from Nightbot, as well as some other options depending on
custom commands already made those. It's not my first rodeo.
Users to your regulars list.
Don't need
the next section that we'll move on
timers,
which time
okay, so this is all I'm getting at is Nightbot! Yay! Me and Karen both. Nightbot, yeah! Wait, no! Wait a second, why did Nightbot? What? Oh my, okay, so now I need to fucking fix. No, Karen, no. Can I allow it? Can I? Oh my god, okay, now I have to go fucking fix Nightbot because now it's like going crazy. No, 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 no. No, disable. Excessive caps is fine. Excess emotes, fine. Links. So, options. Regular. Submit. Okay. How do I untime you out? Oh no, Karen, I'm so sorry. Karen, can you type again? Oh my god. I'm trying to figure out how to get you not in trouble now. Okay, yay. Okay, I'm actually kind of glad that it worked out that way, Karen, just because I immediately was able to go into spam protection and change things so that it doesn't do that to you again. Can you type in all caps again and just be like, yes, or what have you? You're gonna help me test this. Thank you. Will it time you out again? I don't know, let me try it. Okay. Okay, cool. So Nightbot didn't do, okay. Phew. Yay. All right. Thank you, Karen. Now it's fixed. Woo, doggy. Man, Nightbot was real quick. I mean, that's cool, I guess, you know. But wow. Yeah, me too. I'm glad it's sorted out now and not during like a legit stream. You know what I mean? Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad it's done. So now let me see. Let me try socials. Nightbot. Okay. Nightbot takes a little bit of a while to actually say hello, which is kind of weird. But, I mean, I guess, you know, you can't be choosers on that stuff, I guess. All right. Well, I mean, at least it's showing, right? So we finally got Nightbot working. I wonder if there's a way to rename Nightbot. That's my next question. Is there a way to rename Nightbot? Because I would prefer it to be like before I had a Badger Buddy. But I don't know if Badger Buddy works here. Does Badger Buddy even work here? Wait, so Stream Elements, does that have a similar thing? Because I would have used Stream Elements if I could have. Oh, I didn't activate Stream Elements. Continue. Stream Elements gonna pop up now? Both Stream Elements. They're gonna battle it out. I feel like maybe I shouldn't have done that, but we'll find out. Let's see. Oh shit, Stream Elements! Ooh, they're gonna battle it out. Let's see, Discord. Who's gonna say it first? I know, I missed the Badger Buddy. Okay, so Stream Elements is like, nah, okay. Well then, I guess I can remove Stream Elements from the mix, I guess. So let me do that. Close, go back to community. Oh, it's not even here. The hell? Oh, well, whatever. Oh, okay. Well, Nightbot's running, and that makes me happy. I guess Nightbot won that battle very quickly. So yeah. Okay. Well, Stream Elements, you can go now. I will make. Oh, Nightbot's already a moderator. What am I doing? Okay. Anyways, thank you guys so very much for. Well, specifically Karen, thank you so much for helping me with this. Like for real. Because I was seriously wondering, like, how do I get this thing to work? It's very irritating. I might still be on here a moment just because I kind of want to see. Can you change Nightbot's name? Is it possible? Oh, you can't rename it. Moobot. Wait, what's Moobot? Hi, Matthew. How are you doing? Yeah, just a heads up. This is just a test stream. I'm just testing so that Nightbot can work in my channel. So this isn't like going to be a fun gaming stream or anything. The gaming stream won't be till 7 p.m. Central Time today. But thank you for popping up. Karen, I'm glad to have been any help. Maybe Nightbot will take it easier on me now. Yes, I made sure of it. Nightbot better not act a fool or I'll be mad. You don't put Karen in a corner. Okay, so you can't rename it. But Moobot. What's Moobot? Watch, I'm going to change from Nightbot to Moobot now. I don't know, man. Wait, is Moobot only for Twitch? Moobot for YouTube? It's hard to find like which ones are open for like also YouTube, because some of them are not. It's just like the heck and heck, yo. Moobot. Phantom Bot. Phantom Bot seems like it's just for Twitch. Stay Hydrated Bot. What the heck is that? The Stay Hydrated Bot will give you reminders. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Stream Elements Bot. Bautismo. That's a cute name. I don't know. I wish Me6 worked for it, because hi baby. It's just a test stream, babe. It's not anything of interesting. Nightbot acting a fool all up in here. I know. I wish Me6 also worked with Discord, or not Discord. Oh my god, it does work with Discord. I wish it worked with like actually just being a bot straight up for for YouTube or Twitch, whatever, because it's purely a Discord bot. Because it works so well and it lets me use Badger Buddy. I'm sad now. Also, for some reason, it has NFT things, which is weird. Don't worry, I won't do that. Memberships? What's this? Oh, cool. Snake, Weirdo Wednesday is making a comeback. Not at the moment, no. I'm trying to, well, I got Nightbot to finally work, which is great. Nightbot is working now. But I was trying to get it to work, and the only way you can get it to work is if you're live on stream. But actually, Weirdo Wednesdays, maybe I should have that one come back. It was just a monstrosity. I'm surprised you know that one. That one's a while ago. That's old school. Yeah, because I wanted a bot that actually I could have it be a different name for it. Just like I have my Discord where it's like the Badger Buddy, which honestly I need to change the name of. But I kind of want to keep it. I don't know. I feel like the Badger is old school, and I'm okay with keeping Badgers somehow in the mix with Final Shelly. Is that weird? I don't know. I don't know how to make that work, but but I want to. I have a lot of free time today, so I figure I'm just gonna dedicate today to, because when I have free time, it's not actual free time at all. It is simply me working on more crap. If it's not one way, it's another way. Oh, recipes to your butthole. Ghost pepper's no joke. I know. It kicked my ass. That's why I did away with Weirdo Wednesday, purely because of the fact that it was hard finding things to add to videos every Wednesday. Because I did like the Ghost Pepper Challenge. I did the Chubby Bunny Marshmallow Challenge. I did different challenges like that. And it becomes more like a torture every Wednesday, because they're funny to watch, but they're not, well, they're fun to do depending, but they also end up kind of, I don't know, hazardous to the health. So I might not do a Weirdo Wednesdays, but maybe I'll do like a weirdo something every once in a while. It's just like a fun thing, because that would be fun to bring back. But Karen, right, it's not worth it if they're more stressful to make rather than fun. Exactly. And they did get kind of stressful. Like the marshmallow one, I almost barfed just because of how sweet it was. And then the ghost pepper stuff, I definitely did barf. That sneak thief one with the ghost pepper challenge. The thing a lot of people don't know about that particular video is, so the ghost pepper sneak thief one, on the video, people think that I only did one ghost pepper. But because the first ghost pepper I took, I was just so much in shock by the heat of it. Because at the time, keep in mind, back then, I did not eat spicy foods like at all. I was not a spicy food person like I am now. But back then, I was not a spicy food person. And hi, Goose. And so I was in so much shock when I had that first ghost pepper that while I was trying to play the game, I wasn't saying anything. I was just like in too much shock. So it would have been very boring to see. So for the sake of the footage, I ended up taking another ghost pepper. And that's the one you see more of on the actual video. And so after having two ghost peppers, one after the other, that made me throw up. It was too much. And it sucked because the way that I held the ghost pepper when I went to eat it was I looked upwards and kind of did the whole, like, you know, when you're like dropping food into your mouth kind of thing. I took a bite like that. So the ghost pepper liquids went towards my ears, and I literally felt like I was so scared. Internally, I was scared that I damaged my ears because they felt like an ear infection times 1,000. It was so painful. Like I literally was wondering if they were bleeding or something. It hurt so bad. But But I did it for the footage, because if there's one thing you will know about me and that I will stand by, is that I will do the thing for the footage. I will do it just because I really hold true to wanting to get the shot if I can. And you'll probably see that more in the future when I start doing more skit related things, or working on the movie thing that I really badly want to do. Don't expect the movie thing to be anything crazy, because it's not going to be crazy. I'm not working with some like awesome budget or anything. It's going to be more found footage-y than anything, just because that's easier to work with, especially with like the first horror movie that I'm going to do. And it'll probably not be crazy long either, but you know, it's a start. um, yeah, awesome stream yesterday, babe. You did a very good job. That homeowner did not mess around either. I know. Like that game, the thing that made me irritated was there were people that had the nerve to say that I didn't do the game well. I don't know. I don't remember back then if I removed the comments because I was pissed off by it, because that was back in the day when I actually gave a fuck about shitty ass comments. But they might still be there. I don't know. But like people saying like how bad at Sneak Thief I was, and it's like, bitch, like you tried to have ghost peppers while playing a game where you have to sneak and be aware of like the people, the homeowners. Like, my God, there's just no pleasing people sometimes. And that's something I've come to find out also, like, just as a channel, because my channel originally started in 2016, believe it or not. For those of you that don't know, it started in 2016. It's just I took so many like years long type hiatuses because, you know, life, I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to stay strong with YouTube a lot of the time. I was still trying to figure out who I was, especially like when you deal with trauma growing up. There's just a lot of things floating around that, you know, it's hard to make decisions like that for anybody, but especially when you're dealing with trying to figure out who you are and who you are outside of your traumas. It makes it extra difficult. So there was a lot of hiatuses, but now I'm trying to get more on it. And the good part with the streaming is maybe it was a blessing in disguise for Twitch to end up being pooey to me, or to all of us really technically. But because it made me go back to YouTube, but for streaming, because I was going to go back to YouTube regardless. Like, YouTube is something that has always been my main baby. And so I already knew that YouTube wasn't going to be something that I was ever going to ditch or drop. I very much appreciate the people who have stuck by this channel for so long. And it was never entering my brain to ever remove YouTube, because I just would never have done that. I appreciate people too much for how long they've stuck around and how amazing they are, that there's no way in hell I would never have prioritized YouTube first. But at the time, like it especially when you deal, and I know some of you probably understand this very well, but like I should just call this one a podcast, right? Like, just, you know, maybe I'm gonna change, maybe I should edit this to like a podcast thing. um but for some of you, I'm sure understand, like when you deal with major depression and you deal with anxiety of any sort. I'm diagnosed major depression, diagnosed panic disorder. So there's a lot of times, Final Thoughts with Chely. Oh my God, I love it. Actually, let me see if I can change the name right now, because I love that. Let's see. I'm going to put this as Final Thoughts with Chely podcast episode 1. We'll do that. There we go. Bam. Fucking did it. Good job, babe. That was genius. But like when you're juggling those type of things, it makes it very difficult to upkeep something alongside your job. Like that's already difficult for anybody to have like a full-time job and then also be doing this. And back in the day with YouTube, like when you do a gaming channel, everybody and their mother instills on you that if you're gonna get big with gaming, you have to do daily content. You have to have daily uploads, which is so fucking different than other realms on YouTube. Other realms on YouTube, oh, Stream Elements being weird. Now there's too much of it. I need to somehow remove Stream Elements. I'll do that in a moment. But that was instilled to so many, and there's so many people that you can find right now with gaming channels, like purely gaming type channels, that upload every day because they think that's what you have to do. And you don't. Turns out you do not. And there's no reason to do that because you're going to burn out. Not to mention, sometimes it can have the habit of an opposite effect where it makes people get overwhelmed with how much content you're putting out, to which they actually won't even keep up. So that means less views on your stuff anyway. I mean, some people stick with it and that's fine. I mean, obviously a lot of big time YouTubers have done that in the past, but also those that did in the past were doing it when YouTube was at its infancy. Goose says, that's good that you took the time to work on your well-being. Not a lot of people can recognize when they need that or don't have the opportunity for it. That's very, very true. It took me a long time to be able to do that. And also therapy. I'm not going to lie and say therapy didn't do anything, because it does, and it still does. But like, so back during that time frame, I was doing daily uploads. And you have to keep in mind, like, so YouTube in general, when it's non-gaming related, the normal upload time frame tends to be once or twice a week. A lot of channels just do once a week, especially like go look at like a DIY channel, go look at a podcast channel, go look at a music channel. I mean, any of these, and 9 times out of 10, you'll see that they tend to upload like once a week. Some of them far less than that, like what is it? Evan and Caitlin, the resin. Well, it's not just resin. They have like more of a science channel, but they don't even upload once a week. A lot of the times there's a larger span of time, sometimes even a month in between uploads. And granted, it's because they're doing a lot of stuff that takes a lot of time, but the channel still does amazing. People don't suddenly drop off. And, so gaming specifically is really the only one I feel like, and I can safely say that, where people assume you have to upload every single day. And it sucks because it's so much more work. Because with a game, like say you're doing a baking channel or whatever, you're doing a baking channel and you put the camera in front of you and you do the baking thing and then you edit it and then you put it up and that's it. Whereas with the gaming channel, the thing that a lot of people don't see behind the scenes. Hi, Jordy. Honestly, the podcast thing was just a joke, just because I was saying like, oh, this is kind of turning into an accidental podcast, just because I was just simply live right now to test my Nightbot thing. But then Mick was like, final thoughts with Chely. So I just doing that. I don't know if this will actually be a thing. I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but it's just because I'm talking without anything on the screen, because I wasn't planning to game or anything at the moment. But I hope you're doing good. Snake said, yeah, some channels I'm like, I can't watch all videos all the time, because in the Black Ops days, I was watching 13 channels all about Call of Duty, multiple videos a day. Exactly. Karen said, this is such a nice story. Love seeing how you've grown through thick and thin. You've stuck with it, taken breaks when needed, but come back stronger than ever. You go, Chely. Oh, thank you, Karen. I'm definitely interested in Final Thoughts with Chely. Oh, yay. I think you'll find podcasting to be very beneficial. Oh, yeah. Honestly, it's not my first go around with a podcast situation. Just, I didn't know which way to, I don't know. I think I went about it the wrong way in the past, with like hyper editing, and maybe that's not really the route I need to go. Maybe it's better as like a live thing. Oh my God. Thank you for telling me. I can't believe I didn't notice the spell issue. Oh my God. You're the best, Foxhound. Fiano. Oh, no. What a mess. All right, I changed it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. But I'm so glad you spotted that, dude. You have no idea. But yeah, so like when it comes to gaming channels, like, so the thing a lot of people aren't aware of unless they've done a gaming channel is, man, I really need Stream Elements to like fuck off. I don't know how to get Stream Elements to fuck off, but I need to get it to fuck off. How do I get it to go away? Let me see. Wait, hold on a second, y'all. Let's go back to what the point of this original thing was. How do you remove it? How do you remove it? I really need to remove it, yeah. Hold on, guys. Hold on. How do you remove Stream Elements bot from YouTube? Oh my god, that was all caps. Click dashboard on the right, part channel button. Part channel button. What? I've made mistakes. Okay, dashboard. Is there? Oh, part channel. There we go. There we go. I did it. I fixed it, y'all. I fixed it. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Foxhound said, my wife is a fox. Literally, her maiden name means fox, so that makes me a foxhound. Oh my god, I love it. I love it, Foxhound. Goose actually thought it was a podcast for a sec, locked my screen, and was shocked when the audio stopped. Jordy, here's the deal. If you do podcasting, 2 things you don't talk about unless it's a recent event that has transpired. Please, Jordy, I appreciate the tips, but I don't play like that. I don't ever play by the rules, whether it be podcast, videos, anything. I don't play by the rules. But so in regards to the gaming channel stuff, so the thing that a lot of people don't know when it comes to gaming channels and the behind the scenes aspect, especially, and I underline especially if you're doing like indie games specifically, because they are low budget. They're usually games that people who are learning how to make games do, people who are still in school. Some people aren't even in school doing it. They're just doing it on their own time as either a passion of theirs or because they do want it to grow. So a lot of the time you'll end up with bugs in the games. And there's been so many times where I will be playing a game for like an hour and then realize during the recording that this game's not actually as finished as it thought it was. And there will be something absolutely broken about it, and to which I can't continue, and that's it. And so, like, you know, it's fine if one game's like that. Granted, keep in mind, a lot of the time when it turns out that way, I'm not someone who wants to put that out there. I don't want to edit it and put it out there, because I can imagine it's just like going to watch a movie or a show, and then at the very end of it, there's no ending. Like, then you kind of feel like, well, why did I stick around for this, you know? And I don't want to do that to people. So instead, that'll be an hour of my life that was wasted. And then I'll move on to another game, because I'm like, okay, fine, well, I still need content, so I need to do it again. There's literally been days where it's been 4 or 5 games that have done that. Jordy, it's okay. Like, I appreciate it, but I'm actually not asking for advice when it comes to podcasts. Like, you have a very good podcast going on for you, but me personally, I find I've always done better by just going at the beat of my own drum. But I appreciate the care, though. I really, really do. But so like when that happens with gaming, like where you're recording and there's literally been like 4 or 5 in a row where you're wasting hour after hour after hour and you're not producing anything, it starts to become very frustrating, especially when you're under that I need to upload every day kind of code. You know what I mean? So personally, that's just something that made recording start feeling like a chore. Like, I used to love editing and love recording. And then for a while, it pretty much killed it for me because it was just like, it became something connected to a negative outcome so frequently that, yeah, I didn't look forward to it anymore. And luckily, time has passed enough. But at the same time, that's part of why I decided to turn this into an overall horror channel versus simply a gaming channel, is because if a game, say, has that situation, instead of me moving on to another game and wasting 4 to 5 hours, because you'd be surprised how often that happens, instead, I can move on to something else that isn't reliant on, you know, the developer of a game having everything completely correct. Instead, I can move on to like doing a horror movie review, which just simply depends on me, or a reaction video to a horror something, you know. Um, but yeah. So long story short, I don't even know where I went with this. I mean, we didn't even expect it to turn into this situation right now that's happening. um, but yeah, so there's a lot that's gone on with the evolution of this channel. And in case anybody was wondering why it is shifting from purely gaming, although I know right now it does seem like purely gaming still because of the streams. And honestly, that's kind of why I'm grateful for Twitch kind of fucking up, honestly. Not as a whole, because I know that messed with a lot of people's lives and livelihoods with their bills and stuff like that. But on my end, hi Mikasa. On my end, I feel like it worked a little better, just in the sense that it allowed me to remember, oh yeah, I can stream on YouTube. And that is allowing me to remain consistent even when recording, since that requires so much more, um, you know, can be more difficult to be consistent with. So this is kind of my way of still being consistent when I'm, even if I'm going through depressive episodes and stuff. Because recently I have been dealing with a depressive episode that's been really annoying and sucky, but it happens, and I just have to keep in mind, you know, this too shall pass. Plus, I'm very lucky to have such awesome support from my beloved Mick and all my wonderful friends. You guys, my wonderful friends. Mikasa, what's this game? This game is just me talking. Jordy said, I only stream every week if and all possible. I try not to burn myself out, and I find streaming can be more productive than uploading or premiering. I feel like it's probably, to me, equal on productiveness. I definitely don't think it's less productive than uploading or premiering, for sure, because I think it's just its own thing. Like, I don't like saying apple. It's like comparing apples to oranges, because they're both fruit, man. So they're still comparable, but like it's like comparing apples to like I don't know, brake fluid. You know what I mean? Like they're both different enough to where they're both productive in their own sense. And I find that streaming seems to be a lot easier to develop, more like cultivate the community aspect. But granted, I'm definitely not going to ever stop recording videos and editing them, because, like I said, I've really, really love editing a lot. Jordy, and I'm talking on a weekly basis, not a daily basis. However, I feel like I'll do a week-long marathon to gain more mileage on YouTube. Oh yeah, that's actually a really good idea, Jordy, like doing a week-long marathon. Me, since it's a gaming channel, the thing that's kind of interesting. Oh, bye Karen. Thank you for dropping in and seeing. Now you've seen the birth of a podcast. A podcast, what is that? Mikasa, don't try and push yourself too much for us. Mental health is important. It's very true, Mikasa. And it's true. Like, I was actually saying earlier how it was difficult back in the day to try and like juggle, because of the fact of dealing with a, you know, major depression and dealing with a panic disorder, alongside, you know, back in the day having to juggle also other things in life. It was very hard to stay consistent. And so with the streaming aspect, it's actually helping me become consistent. Since on Twitch, I was always doing Monday, Thursday, and Friday. So obviously on YouTube, I'm going to be doing Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Snake says, I think the possibilities of different content for you is what I'm most excited about. Whatever you're planning on doing is cool to see. Thank you, Snake. That means really, really a lot. And also Goose, yay, getting more emotes. Yes, I actually recently was able to add more because every time so far, I don't know actually the amount of members it requires, but right now I think it was like 3 more members like joining the membership, you get more emotes. So the next 3 members that join, I'll get even more emotes to show you guys to get to use. So that's pretty fun. But yeah, actually, thanks. Blah, blah, blah. First step of podcast: need to know how to talk. Honestly, thanks to you guys and just this amazing community. You guys actually were the ones that taught me it's okay if I do take a step back sometimes for mental health or even physical health or just a situation going on in the background, because you guys have shown me time and time again, like, no, we'll be here. We promise we'll be here. And just take your time and then come back when you're ready. And the initial times of doing that, I felt so scared. I was like, my channel's just going to die. It was doing well and it's going to die. But you guys have shown time and time again that you guys really, really are super awesome and are willing to just be like, no, it's cool. We'll be here. Don't worry. And it's now that I've grown to truly understand that, it's made it a lot less pressury for me to always put stuff out if I'm like just not having a good moment. Like it was Friday that I ended up, I have a non-epileptic seizure condition, and I ended up having a very, very severe seizure on Friday. In severity of seizure, I mean length of time, because the seizure went for 4 minutes. And to put that into perspective, normal seizures tend to last maybe like 10 to 30 seconds, sometimes a minute. Once it's going into like 3-minute territory, it's already being seen as more of a dangerous seizure. It's not common at all for me to have a lengthy seizure like that. Not common. I don't know if it was a mixture of like my low blood sugar and I don't know, other things in the mix. I have no idea, but it was a very long seizure and it definitely took me out for the rest of the day. So like that was a situation where in the past, believe it or not, I would have guilted myself about like, oh, well, you're not sticking with your consistency and blah, blah, blah. And I know, like, looking back, that sounds crazy, right? Like, I just had a seizure that took everything out of my body. My face was slightly swollen from how long I was clenching. But like back then I used to feel that way. Like, I'm just going to let everybody down. I'm not going to do well. I'm going to like blah, blah. I'm just telling myself all these negative things. And now I've come to a point in my life, especially thanks to you guys, but also thank you to therapy as well. Don't worry. I will give myself some credit on, I worked hard for my mental health to do better. But nowadays I'm like, you know what? I had a seizure. They're going to understand because they're awesome. And if someone doesn't understand, well then fuck them, because who doesn't understand that kind of thing, you know? So yeah, so when I'm having a health problem or what have you, now I don't feel bad for, just being transparent and being like, hey, this is happening right now, so I'm going to miss this. But I'll see you, the next stream day or what have you. So I do thank you guys so much for being awesome and just always being in my corner, because growing up, I did not have that. So I'm very, very grateful. Snake, thank you, Shelly's therapist. Yes, I know. I've had her for years, and I will definitely tell anybody, if anybody is considering getting a therapist, highly recommend it. Highly. I know the stigma, thank God, is starting to lessen in regards to people having a therapist, but I know it still exists. And I will say, if you can find a way to have a therapist, I know that not everybody, has the insurance to do that. Not everybody has the funds to do that. There are, Mikasa says, is it expensive? There are some places like Better Health. apps and things like that that actually can have lesser pricing on therapists. What I should look up, honestly, is if there's also places for therapy that do like low cost, like for anyone with low income, because I'm sure they exist. They have to exist. Um, but but yeah, if it is possible to have a therapist and you've considered it, I would definitely say let this be your sign, because the person I was before therapy is nowhere near the person I am now with therapy by a long shot. The person I was without therapy was someone who was very, very impulsive emotionally, was someone who did not know how to cope with my emotions, did not know how to cope with depression and anxiety to a dangerous level. Um, and like, I just, I was someone who would lash out at other people. I had anger issues. Um, I was someone who was constantly talking horribly about myself. And the thing is, a lot of you know, because I make it loud and clear, because I want people to be aware of the fact that people you see on camera and stuff like that have real lives as well. And, you know, you're not alone if you're going through similar things. But as a lot of you know, I went through very, very extreme levels of abuse in my childhood growing up, because my dad was very, very highly abusive. And and so like when you're told that you're worthless and things like that growing up, it's not just the physical. Granted, there was a lot of physical abuse, but it's not just the physical abuse that hits you. It's also the emotional abuse. And so when, yeah, someone's telling you you're worthless or everything you do is not perfect, and um that you can always, like, even when I would draw, because my mom, she would always give me, so she worked at this place where she was at a data entry place she would work at, and she would get tons of printing paper. They would give her extra tons of printing paper, and so she would bring them home. And this was like back in the day, so the paper looked all kinds of funny. It was like super long, had the little tearaways on both sides. The back of it was like striped. I don't know if you guys remember this. Um, but but so she would give me stacks of printing paper so I could draw. And drawing was my way of exiting reality and the abuse I went through. And yes, for some of you that might be more newer to the channel, you might not be aware of it. Yeah. Um, but but so is that what it's called? Ticker paper? Wait, I need to Google this. I need to see. Is that the one? Ticker paper? Let me see. I don't know. Because it was like big paper. Dot matrix paper? Hold on. Because I've always wondered the name of it. So, shit, man. I'm very interested to see. Yes. It was like dot matrix paper. Yes. And on the back of it, it was like this very, very light green and white stripes. But yes, like that. That's the thing. But yeah, so like that was my way of getting to exit the reality of dealing with abuse, because I had abuse ever since, as far back as I can remember. I was abused, like and I'll say as far back as I can remember is very faintly at the age of like 3 or 4, just to put that in perspective. So, you know, me back then growing up, I was constantly, you know, I would go in and out of emergency rooms. I even had CPS involved, but they didn't do shit, which is so ironic, because it's like the people they do shit to, it's weird, man. But but so like I went through a lot, and so drawing would be something that would, you know, give me an escape. But even then, my dad would try to get himself his like roots into it, and saying every little thing I did wrong with the drawing, even though it was just for me. And the irony is that in school, I was actually the kid that was known for specifically winning national contests for art. Like I was especially grateful for my 5th grade teacher because she was the one that would constantly enter us into all sorts of art contests, our class. And it got to a point where everybody would look at me and already know, like, she's going to be the one that wins it. And so I would win statewide, national contests constantly for art. And every time it wouldn't matter because my dad would be the one that would be like, oh, you did that wrong. You did this wrong. This looks hideous. Who would ever choose this to be the winner? The others must have been downright chicken scratch because this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. And just like really, really ugly, worthless type talk. And so, over time, you develop this brainwashing that they're right because your parent is the person that's supposed to be the one to help lead you through the early stages of life, that's supposed to help you in your developmental stages. And instead, the person I got was that. So it was this perfectionism type of aspect that I've dealt with all of my life. And I still struggle with a perfectionist type problem. But I've gotten so much better at realizing things do not have to be perfect to be fine. And the only person that's looking for that perfectionism is me. And it's only because I'm brainwashed and I'm still going through the therapy to fix that. But I've come a long way to even be able to recognize when I am being a perfectionist to myself. Because the thing is, I don't expect perfectionism from other people. It's only myself, which I think kind of underlines the brainwash aspect to it. But yeah, like, I'm always very open when it comes to the abuse I went through and my mental health stuff, just because I never want someone to feel like they're alone. I don't want someone to ever feel like this is it, this is the end of it, because growing up in an abusive environment, I wish I had had someone to tell me, don't worry, you're going to get out of this. Don't worry, you're going to survive this. Because when you're a kid and no one's really looking out for you, it's very difficult to go beyond that time frame and think about the future. You know what I mean? Because you're not even thinking of a future anymore. You're just wanting to be done with it, if you know what I mean. So that's why, like, I will underline forever, 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 therapy. Therapists are amazing. And you don't have to worry because, like, say you are someone who's scared of taking medications or whatever. That's not the therapist's job. Therapists do not dish out medication. They do not do that. That is not their job. Psychiatrists have that job. Therapists are not doctors. They don't have an MD of any sort of doctor license. So they will never be someone who gives you medication. And even if you do see a psychiatrist and you're like, I don't want them to give me medicine, you can always tell them no. I will say, me personally, I am on antidepressants and I am on a medication for anxiety. I won't say the names of them just because I don't want anybody to think, oh, well, it worked for her, so it'll work for me. And then, you know what I mean? Like, you find out it doesn't work for you and then you don't bother with anything anymore. But for those of you that, might have a fear of medication but have considered it, sometimes it actually does a world of a benefit. It definitely leveled my brain out a little bit more than where it was. But for those of you that don't feel comfortable taking medication, that's fine. This is not meant to be like pressuring you. I just will say medication is not all the evil that people make it out to seem. Sometimes, believe it or not, it actually does its purpose. And when it comes to mental health, it's just the same as physical health, like someone taking medication for diabetes. You know what I mean? But yeah, so me personally, I will always underline therapy if you have the ability to get it. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like, you know how people are supposed to get their annual checkups, like annual physicals at the doctor? I personally feel people should underline getting a mental health checkup every year as well. Just because everybody goes through things. Not everybody grows up with the proper coping skills. And that's how you end up with really angry people. That's how you end up with people that do commit great tragedies that I won't mention on here because I don't know how YouTube's going to be with that, since YouTube's kind of silly with oh, heaven forbid you talk about real things. But it's very, there's a strong connection between, you know, lack of coping skills, not getting the mental help that you should be allowed to get, and violence. Absolutely. There's always going to be a connection to that. And personally, I think if they did annual checkups of mental health as well, maybe things would be different. If they actually bothered to make therapy and mental health tools more easily accessible, things would probably be a bit fucking different. But I don't know when that time frame will happen, or if it ever will here in the United States. Who's to say? I really don't know. But man, maybe I should do podcasts, because I just jump around a lot. And if you guys are okay with jumping around a lot, you know. Mikasa, people do need to learn how to deal with their emotions and channeling it into something productive. Exactly. I agree. And a lot of people don't even know how to do that. And that's okay, you know? But it's just like, if only there were tools that could help for free for a lot more people, maybe things would be different. But sometimes it's hard to realize what they're feeling. Yeah, exactly. Because that's another thing. Emotional awareness, self-awareness is not something everybody's born with. And some people are born with more of it than others. So sometimes you don't even realize you're repeating history, or sometimes you don't even realize you're doing something that is directly connected to the lack of coping that you're doing healthily. Like, sometimes it's very difficult to take a step back and notice that, even for the most emotionally aware person, emotionally intelligent person, let alone someone who may not be as emotionally intelligent. So that's part of why I really wish that, you know, at least even in schools, like if there were like, you know, times where they would have like more mental health related teaching for like coping, anxiety coping, because everybody deals with hard times at some point in their life. Nobody's life is perfect. Nobody has the easy road 100% of the time. Whether it's dealing with the loss of a loved one, whether it's dealing with even just putting too much pressure on yourself, or parents putting too much pressure on you. There's just all sorts of different things that people don't relate to legitimate stress, but are legitimate stress when they start to pile up, and they're just as important to pay attention to and to look after, but a lot of people don't. Like, work stress can become a very big life messing type thing. Stress at school, that can also do it. Like, I feel personally that it would help if people were given those tools early on, like especially honestly, I feel parents should be the first and foremost to help with that, but also schools, considering we all know not all parents will do that. And if you want a more emotionally intelligent society, the only way that's going to happen is if you are teaching that on a public level. A lot of people do act emotionally first instead of logically. I admit I do that a lot too much. Oh, and I think everybody reacts emotionally first at some point, you know? And nobody, I think, even the most like emotionally intelligent person never reacts emotionally first. Like, I feel everybody does. Just because we're human, you know? And humans we're born with emotions for a reason. That's why I'll never understand the whole like toxic masculinity of emotions being linked to femininity and women, considering everybody's born with emotions. Anger's an emotion too, you know, and so is being happy, so is feeling silly. So like there's all sorts of different emotions out there. And before anybody gets on my ass about the term toxic masculinity, this is how I feel. There is healthy masculinity, there is toxic masculinity, there is healthy femininity, and there is unhealthy femininity. There's toxic femininity. There's toxicity on both ends, and there's healthy aspects. Just because everything is in moderation, you can go too far on one side or the other and end up with an unhealthy, toxic situation. Especially if people are, say, on like one a lot of people don't talk about is toxic femininity, in the sense of like people expecting you to, be quiet because you're better looking pretty than saying anything, or women don't know anything, so they need to be quiet. Their place is to be quiet, or women being expected to have to constantly do all the family raising, all the child raising, and the husband just purely do work and not have to touch any of that. Those are things that are very like toxic femininity, or even expecting to have to look a certain way. So yeah, exactly. Both genders or gender roles can have toxicity to them. Because I know a lot of people get pissy the minute you say, ooh, toxic masculinity. They're like, oh, of course, some stupid bitch telling me that me being male is toxic. It's like, no, it has nothing to do with that. There is absolutely positive, healthy masculinity. And keep in mind, masculinity is not only for men. It is gender role related. I mean, women have, I guess, what you would consider masculinity, and men femininity. Like it, you want a balance, man. Just like with anything else, you want a balance. You don't want too much of one and not the other, because you end up either super angry or super quiet. School is too stressful, honestly. Mental health issues are going to rise because the issues in the world right now, inflation, war, exactly. There's just like so much going on that it's understandable that things that might seem like smaller stressors turn into bigger stressors. And if you're not, learning healthy coping mechanisms for it, you can't really be blamed for not, like, most people don't grow up learning healthy coping mechanisms. It's not very common, especially since we're still coming out of generations of the lack of it. Like the 50s, the 60s, 70s, all of those did not really cater to proper coping mechanisms. If anything, they had a lot of toxic versions of it that we're still trying to undo. So I really do feel like that should be more of a teaching thing in schools, or even at work. I know some jobs have it where like every once in a while on a blue moon they'll have like sessions where of course they're talking to you, like meetings about like for instance like HR stuff or whatever. And even that would be a good time to have like where they teach mental health coping mechanisms just every once in a while. And I know that some might think, well, that's not the responsibility of a school or a job. But if you're expecting a change in society, it has to be something that is taught on a much wider scope. And that's just not going to happen if you expect people that like parents that were raised, in the 50s or 60s with their generational issues to do it for these generations. And then also parents now that are from the 70s and 80s. And there's parents now that are like, what, 90s babies? So it's just it's a lot to expect of people that didn't have generations before them brought up healthy. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. Jordy, Shelly, you're a bitch saying I'm toxic. JK, But yeah. but yeah, I feel like we've covered a lot, guys. We've covered a lot. We went from Nightbot to learning behind the scenes of gaming YouTubes to talking about mental health. And to those of you who didn't know, being caught up on my childhood history. But yeah, I'm very verbal about that stuff. Oh, and speaking of, something funny is, well, it's not really funny, but some of you might have seen that there was like this dude that was acting like a total creep in my stream chat like a week ago or so. Maybe, yeah, like a week ago, maybe going on 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm terrible with time. But that person, we dealt with very well. A lot of my community was amazing with telling him, like, you need to stop being a creep, especially after I gave a verbal warning and stated it was making me uncomfortable. But something that me and the moderators have now decided is that anyone who, if I give you a warning it is a one-time warning. I am not a 3 strikes you're out person. I'm a, here's your first strike. You're aware of what you're doing. If you don't cut it out, then you're just gone. Because I feel we're all grown-ass adults to be able to be aware of when someone's telling you, please stop. If you don't know how to suddenly be like, okay, I acknowledge this. I accept this is your stream, not my stream. I will stop. And if I disagree with that, I'll simply leave the stream. If people are not capable of doing that, that's their problem. And so we've made a rule now that, and don't worry about like, oh my God, am I going to break rules and be casted out? Like, this is for people who are literally like going out of their way to be a jerk. It's not an accidental thing. So like, if someone's being a creep, like say, I already have in my rules, and actually, I don't know if people, now I can actually have the rules pop up, I believe. But I already have in my rules about final warnings. Also about being a creep. Yeah, 0 tolerance for creep behavior. I don't like being called babe. I don't like being called sweetie. I don't like people trying to hit on me because my channel is not meant for that. Would you do that in a dude's channel? I would say probably not. A lot of dude channels don't have to deal with that. A lot of female channels do. And this is a 0 tolerance place for that. I'm not coming on here to get your sexual attention. I'm coming on here to entertain you with funny commentary, with close-hearted commentary, with gameplays, with horror content and horror information. I am not coming to you for sexual attention. And so if someone is being creepy in my chat and I'm telling them, this is your warning, I don't like this, this is making me uncomfortable, please stop. If they continue after that, it will be an immediate ban. Immediate. Because exactly, Foxhound. There's no point trying to correct people being dickheads. They didn't get that. They didn't get like that overnight and can't be fixed overnight either. Exactly. And so this is just going to be a very, very 0 tolerance for that. And it's already 0 tolerance for anybody who makes racist, homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic, sexist type comments. That's always been a quick ban here, Twitch, anywhere that I am. It's always an immediate ban. There's no warning there because I don't think I need a warning. But yeah, so I don't do 3 strikes because I feel if you literally don't get it the first time and then you didn't get it the second time and then a third time, that means they're already showing they don't really care to respect your chat. They don't care to respect the community that is trying to enjoy what you're doing. They're now, by the second time that they continue to do it, now the focus is no longer on what the community wanted the focus to be on. Now the focus is on the person who's continuing to have shitty behavior. So at that point, it's like, I'm not going to give them the mic to start turning attention onto whatever negativity they're doing. Instead, I'm going to nip it in the butt. So it doesn't do that. So it doesn't bother the other people who are being fair and kind and being respectful in chat, and also taking away from what they're enjoying. There's just no point to let someone continue to commit that when it's taking away from the whole point of what a stream or video is for. So I'm not a 3 strikes person. I'm also not a 3 strikes person in like regular day life either. I can understand, like, and this is to clarify, like I said before, this is not in regards to accidental things. This is in regards to people who are fully aware of their behavior but are choosing to commit to it rather than change it. Be right back in 5 minutes. I need to do something. No worries, Mikasa. But I just feel personally that is not something I care to do. Jordy says, yeah, I'm more of a 3 strikes kind of person, but there are certain times where I go against my rules to provide a safe chat, and spam accounts isn't tolerated. Oh yeah, spam accounts is like, nah, y'all are gone because they're not even people, they're bots. But yeah, I don't personally see the point in the doing 3 strikes. I don't know, maybe that's also because like as a chick I've dealt with so many creepers that I'm like, we're not giving them the time. Nah, you didn't fucking learn. And that particular creeper ended up emailing me, mind you. Still didn't get the point. Emailed me trying to apologize and saying that they'll be better in chats from here on out. I am not going to respond, not letting them back in because, that's not okay. That's not okay. And they emailed me through my Shelly Badger one, mind you. So they didn't like creepily find my email address or anything. It's an email address that is purposely there for social media related stuff. But yeah, they managed to email me and tried to apologize. Keep in mind, they apologized in the chat and then continued to do it after apologizing, just to highlight there for anybody who missed it in that creepy chat. But yeah, so trust, they're not coming back here. There's no way in hell. It's like, honestly, I just don't even understand the perspective for people like that, where it's like, well, first off, I'm in a relationship, so by you even saying anything flirty, I'm going to be rolling my eyes really hard and finding you gross. Because you're already saying I'm not going to respect the fact that you are happily in a relationship. And for some reason, I still feel what my flirtiness, what I have to say flirty-wise, is still somehow worth doing, somehow important. And that already tells me a lot about that type of person and that type of personality. But also, it's just like, I just can't imagine someone telling me, like, please stop, you're making me uncomfortable, and like then continuing to do it. Like, my brain just can't wrap itself around it. I'll never understand that whole like, oh, I'm making her uncomfortable by feeding her all these weird flirtatious words, and she's legit telling me in a stern voice it's making me uncomfortable and to stop, so I'm going to keep doing it because, at some point that's going to 360, or not 360, it's going to 180, and she's going to suddenly change and be like, you know what, I like this dude, you know what, fuck this engagement. Hit me up. Like, it just logically doesn't make any sense. When does that ever work? I'm pretty confident it doesn't work. Jordy, I'm a creeper and you put up with me all the time. Just kidding. Yeah, no, you're not a creeper, because if you were, I wouldn't put up with you. Foxhound, thirsty people gonna stay thirsty. Jordy, I'm thirsty right now. I need an orange soda, damn it. Ooh, orange soda's good. Foxhound, poor social skills on people might translate to not knowing the difference between good attention and bad attention. That is a very good point. Jordy, have I ever sounded flirtatious to you? No, because if you did, I wouldn't be talking to you. Foxhound, though, knowing the difference, yeah, that's true. Knowing the difference between good attention and bad attention, some people don't really, I feel they can tell the difference. They just don't care about the difference. They feel either form of attention is fine. And it's actually interesting you say that, because in the email, I won't show the email obviously, but in the email, hold on, I will go to it though. The person does end up saying how, let's see, what was it that they put? Let's see, yeah, they were saying in here about how, like, they were just having so much fun and finding it funny that they continued to do it regardless. And so they were enjoying, it seems like, the attention they were getting, but then realized, like, they were even getting called out, like even getting put, as they stated, I did so much harm, even getting put in my place live by the community. But yeah, it was just no bueno. And yeah, although it is funny because they said, you once told me just a little bit about life and what you've been through, which I forgot about. And when I saw you tired on your stream, I recalled you told me you have some health problems, and this made me really sad because I've been messing in your streams. And the thing is, the interesting part is, I let as you can tell, most people who have been on my channel for a long time already know exactly what a little bit about my life. Because like I said, I make it loud and clear what my upbringing was like, what my mental health stuff is, my general health problems. So this is not, I don't know if he was reading into it thinking I was like confiding, because it's not. Um, but yeah, so it's just, I will never understand people who do that kind of stuff and think that they're going to get a bunch of chances, because, yeah, no. Jordy, because I happen to be much of a charmer with a lot of women. If only I can get laid if they weren't so far away. Did I just say that out loud? You didn't, but I repeated it out loud. But yeah, so the reason why I pointed out, because I've brought it up more than once at this point, is just because I really want to underline it, because you'd be surprised how many people will be like on Twitch. I dealt with, luckily it was not frequent, but I did deal with quite a bit of creepers that would whisper. And for those of you that don't know, that don't like go on Twitch, a whisper is basically a DM. And so they will directly message me and be a creeper. And every once in a while you get the one out loud in chat that will be a creeper being like, oh, I wish I could kiss you and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, ew, go away. I'm trying to build a career here, but not based on people like you. I'm trying to build a career based on people enjoying content that I work hard to make. So, yeah, no. Good day, sir. I said good day. But yeah, so I feel like I've talked a lot, and I actually still have a lot of stuff for this channel that I need to get doing today, since I have extra free time today. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and listening to the first podcast. Maybe I will start to do this every once in a while and just do like a short one, like an hour long, hour and 30 minutes tops type of thing. And if people want to partake, I'll ask them to join. It's not something that I want people to ask to join. It'll be something I'll invite if I want you in there. Because I do think it would be cool to have it more geared towards horror related stuff. But also things that, you know, I like to show behind the curtain with YouTube and Twitch and channels, editing, all that stuff. Because I think it makes people realize the actual work that goes into it, because a lot of people think, oh, well, you know, if someone's just like, for instance, streaming, like, oh, all they do is just play the game and stream it, and that's not hard. But if you're actively trying to make it something beyond just a hobby, then the things you don't see behind the curtains is the amount of money you put in for trying to up your quality, whether it be camera, lighting, microphone mixers, monitors, all sorts of stuff. And that's just the monetary aspect of it, let alone, you know, for instance, I put a lot of time into making my own overlays, making my own banners. Those things take hours and hours out of your day. Or on the social media aspect of having to build a network through social media, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, TikTok is one that I'm trying to get into doing, YouTube Shorts, like all that stuff is stuff that happens behind the scenes. Or if you're like me, someone who has a Discord community, then having to make sure it remains active, trying to do things to always keep it interesting. Like there's a ton of stuff that goes on behind the scenes with even a gaming channel. It's never just, at least for someone who wants to make it a job, there's so much behind the scenes that you do. It's insane. There's so much. There's never a day that I'm not doing something related to it. Never. Even non-stream days. Non-stream days are days where I especially have to try and focus on the other realms of it to help get the channel out there. Let's see. Jordy says, "You're the light to my fire. I must have you and kiss you." Oh, quote and end quote. Let me restart this. Jordy says, quote, You are the light to my fire. I must have you and kiss you, end quote. And then says, I find it pathetic. I want to clarify that. He's not saying that to me. He's saying he finds when people say that very pathetic. And I agree. I agree with you, Jordy. It is pathetic. Foxhound. Some people just want to be toxic, like griefers that only get kicks from ruining things for others. Hit him hard with the band stick in the face. Don't even acknowledge that that's hats. Exactly. Foxhound, you were awesome. I totally agree with you. Yeah. Some people just want to cause chaos. Some people just want to be assholes. And the best way to not succumb to what they want is not give them what they want, which is attention. Snake behind the green screen of Final Shelly series. See, I would be down for that, except I don't use a green screen. So it's not as relevant as I would want it to be. But I do like being transparent with stuff like that, because I know some people don't like to tell you what's behind the scenes just because it's like, oh, it'll lose the magic. But I don't think it does lose the magic. If anything, I think it makes people more appreciative of the level of effort you put in for them and for your passion. And I personally, when people are transparent to it about it and I see it, I personally appreciate it all the more, just because I'm like, wow, there's a lot of work that goes into that. Because there is. It's a ton of work. That's why I recently started learning how to do more digital art type stuff and learn to make my own emotes. Because one, it cuts costs, and two, because the only way I'm going to get stuff to look exactly how I want it to look is by me doing it. And luckily, since I'm not too bad with art, it is something I can utilize. So why not utilize it? You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I would never have bothered to learn about that stuff if had it not been for wanting to increase the quality of this channel. Because there's emotes and all sorts of stuff that I plan to make. It's just getting the time, first and foremost, to do it. But also, just in general, it's good to get me keeping my creative ball rolling, so to speak. Because I do so much better. I'm someone who has a ton of hobbies. Like, you have no idea how many hobbies I have. And I phase through them all the time. They're like cyclical. And sometimes I'll add another into the bunch, and that'll become part of the rotation too. But I always have to be doing something as an outlet, especially creatively. I always feel like I have to do something creative, or else I will go fucking crazy. I don't mind sitting down and watching TV. Trust me, I love to relax and do that at night with Mick. But also at the same time, if I feel like I'm not doing something for a long period of time, it'll drive me nuts. I have to be doing something, or else I get bored very quickly. And like, the only way to fix the boredness is either to do something or to, like Snake told me before, like if he's bored, taking a nap. And unfortunately, I can't take naps because I will not sleep at all that night. So instead, I always have to do something. Honestly, I wish I could do naps. That might make it a little easier sometimes, especially stress-wise. Goose. Plumpkin emote in the future? Wait, what's Plumpkin? What's that? What's a Plumpkin? Wait, is that the annoying orange Plumpkin, or wait? Snake. And not having to pay someone to draw a shirtless Myers whenever you want is less expensive. Absolutely true, Snake. That is very true. Also, having to explain that, like, I don't embarrass easily, and I'm sure if I was like, yeah, I want a shirtless Myers, nobody would be weird about it for, like, if I asked for a commission of that. But regardless. Oh, butt emote, but orange for Halloween. I'm going to put that on my phone right now, Goose. And I'll do that. I will. Plus, the cool thing with YouTube is they don't actually seem to care if there's a butt. Whereas Twitch, it's like, oh my God, butt, cleavage, no. Which is so funny considering the type of content that flies on Twitch. I'm going to put that because I have like a little section that I have an emote list of the emotes I plan to do. They're just like emote ideas. Where is that? I'm trying to find it. Because I have it. I know I do. Or did I write it down? Well, then I'll just make an emote list now, and then I'll transfer it over or something. I don't know. Let's do that. Emote list. Yeah, I think I have it in my little spiral, actually. Emote idea list. Check, and then... Oop. And then this I'll put a plumpkin. But pumpkin. There we go. That's how I'll remember, because I know I'll end up asking you, like, what is it again? Like a girthier pumpkin? Free the booty. Yes. Yeah, I can totally do that. Yeah, because that's the upside. And also, for those of you that are a member to the, Final Fam membership, you do get emotes. And the emote amount is growing. And if you do choose to be part of the membership, the lowest membership is, I believe, $3.99, I think. Then you can help us to get even more emotes, because 3 more memberships equates to more emotes. I think it equates to like 3 more emotes, honestly. I hope it does. That would be really rad. Actually, I could tell you right now. Let me see. I like chatting with you guys while just like hanging out. It's fun. I mean, I already knew I would, because I like hanging out with you guys in general. Let's see. YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio. Doop 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 doop. YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio. Okay, let me see. Memberships. Customize default pics. Emoji. Here we go. So it says... how many do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so apparently I'll have 9 emoji for 3 emotes. What's the thing here? There's a thing. I know there is. Like, it shows you. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, so like, I think every 10 members you start getting more emojis, which is pretty dope, actually. Because unlike that, Twitch had it to where after you got a certain amount of emojis, which I had hit the limit for affiliate emoji amount. And after that, you have to wait to become partner to be able to ever make more of it. And luckily with this one, it just keeps on going. Like, I already hit partner, so it's not something I have to do. But now it's just like full on growth. Because, I mean, YouTube doesn't have an affiliate type system. Honestly, YouTube doesn't need an affiliate type system, because I feel like, especially nowadays, like people have it way easier to turn partner, because like since YouTube Shorts are being pushed out so hard right now, you can even, like, literally, YouTube recently made it where you can become a partner by just having like having people subscribe through constant pushing of the YouTube Shorts right now, because YouTube is pushing the shorts like really hard at the moment. So it's super easy to become a partner just based on YouTube Shorts alone. I know actually like a good 5 or 6 people now who have become partner purely through YouTube Shorts, which is the easiest way ever to become partner. Whereas before, like back in my day, you had to, upload videos and get a certain watch time on only those videos and hope you get 1,000 subscribers. Whereas now YouTube Shorts is like, oh, we're gonna do, like, you can literally be doing nothing on your YouTube Shorts and end up getting like 2K views. But that, granted, I'm not gonna say it's that little easy, because sometimes that magical happenstance happens and then other times it just doesn't. Like, I have a strong feeling when I put up my shorts, I'm not gonna end up getting thousands of views, because my brain just doesn't work with shorts. I'm used to like elongated videos, so Foxhound, is that how you think old people talk? Maybe, Sonny. Maybe you don't know. maybe that's how I'm going to talk when I'm 99 years old. You don't know. Don't try to tell me you know how I'm going to sound when I don't have dentures in my mouth, when I take them out to rest because I like to squish the jello around with my gums. I'm sorry, I'm the worst. Snake, I tried buying those YouTube shorts, but they are all sold out. Ha ha, Snake, ha ha. But yeah, it's easier than ever right now to be getting a partner. So highly recommend, if you are a Twitch streamer and you're considering moving on to YouTube, do some shorts, man. Goose, insert Miss New Booty song. Booty, 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 big booty, old lady booty. Sorry, I know that's not what you were asking, but I gave it to you anyway. Miss New Booty song. Thank you, Goose, so much for the $5. You're too kind. Thank you. Maybe that's what I need to do for YouTube shorts. Just do like old lady plays Dead by Daylight and just be like, who are you, Sonny? Oh, I see you still in your Halloween costume. You're real cute. Oh, look at you. Oh my God. Why are you sneaking up on old Grammy? I don't know. Maybe I'll do something like that. Snake, need Jello, now heading to Luby's. Hi, Rosario. It's Gammy Shelly. Jordy, old man Jordy, you youngsters and your wrestling and 6-sided rings. Back in my day, we had 2-sided rings and had ropes made out of cow testicles. Oh no. Goose, I didn't even know what I was missing before. But yeah, so I don't know. If you guys have ideas for what I can do for YouTube shorts, please let me know. Let me know, because my brain is not YouTube short minded. My brain is so used to like long form content that I don't know how to make things short, and it's a struggle. I'm trying to learn it, and if I do post shorts, if you want to help support the channel, please share them with your friends and pretend that it's super funny. Just act like it's the funniest shit you've ever seen. And then be like, oh my God, you should show it to so-and-so. Because that's how things become viral, believe it or not. But if you don't want to be dishonest, that's perfectly fine as well. I mean, I will try to make it funny, though. Not gonna lie, I will try. Trying and doing are two different things, though. Foxhound, keep talking like that and you'll end up with a whole other genre of creepers messaging. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, you're not wrong. Goose, they would call it for, they would call IT. Wait, what? They would call IT for help finding the DM button. No. I mean, that's true. Maybe it would make it at least more difficult for that type of creeper. Oh no, as they come out of the dark. Dun, dun, dun. But if you guys are down for this type of thing, granted, when I do it, I'll not have a black screen. It's just, I didn't come into this today to actually do a talk with everybody. I did it because initially the title said testing, because I was just trying to test out if my if I could get my Nightbot to finally work and do the commands I want it to, which now it does. Granted, it's a little belated when it does it, which is kind of annoying, but it does do it. Mick, they don't DM, they just comment in the open. Can't spell bold without old. Oh god, I love that. Can't spell bold without old. That's the type of old I want to be. Not the creeper type, but like being a bold old lady. Just do one short of multiple accents, one singing, one of screaming. But what do you mean, like one singing, one of screaming? Like, do I just scream into the video and just call it a day? Oh, like vocal singing, I guess, shorts, or because I definitely want it to be related to the channel, of course, because then people will subscribe based on the short, and then they'll come in here and be like, what in tarnation? This is not what I signed up for. But yeah, I'm also thinking if you guys are down for it, I don't know. I'm thinking of, so with the YouTube being that it's horror channel as a whole and it's not just gaming anymore, I'm going to be doing playlists that are separated between like horror reactions, horror reviews, horror gaming. Should I make one that's also just specific for Dead by Daylight, like just a specifically Dead by Daylight playlist? Because I do kind of want to pull from these streams and make like DVD related type content. But I don't know if anybody would be down for that if they've already been part of the stream. I mean, granted, the difference will be that I would be editing a video, so if you've seen my edited videos, like my horror game edited videos that I have on here, then you'll know it's a bit different than the streaming. So I don't know if you guys would be down to watch something like that. If you guys would be down to watch a stream. I mean, it wouldn't be long. It would probably be only like 15 to 20 minutes per video. But if you guys would be down to give the views for that, or if by me putting it in a pre-recorded form, I mean, it's not pre-recorded, but in an edited form, if you would be like, I already saw the stream, so I'm not going to bother with that. So let me know if you guys would be interested, and if you actually would watch it technically again, but just in a different form. Because with editing, because I highlight editing because I try to do comedic editing. So there is a difference. It's not just cuts. You know what I mean? Yeah, let me know on that. Foxhound says, just make a few Spotify playlists and share the links. That's true. That's a good idea. That's not a bad idea. Rosario said, yeah, like your version of songs, just like the Miss New Booty. Almond says, I would watch it so many times, no doubt. Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, then I might actually do that then, because it's just so much content from the streams. It's hard to not want to touch it and put it into edit form. And it's like, I know they say, especially when you're a small channel, because my channel is small, I know a lot of YouTube, like, know-it-alls tend to be like, you should only stick to one form of content. And I do agree, actually, you totally should. In fairness, they're absolutely right. You should stick with one form of content, because then YouTube will see you as an authority on that content and know how to suggest you out. But I like to make things more difficult for myself. So I'm going to say no, and I'm going to just put random fucking content. Yes, make it all DVD Dwight Black backflips. Almond says, plus I can't make every stream, so having a video from the streams I miss would be epic. You know, that's actually a really good point. Because, like, especially since a lot of my streams go for a long time, not everybody wants to go back and watch the whole damn stream, and I totally get it. It's different when you're live for it versus, like, watching it already happening. So that's true. Maybe that would be a way to get around that, where if people can't show up to a stream, then they at least can watch the funny clips in a edited video form. I didn't even think about it like that. Thank you, Amin. Thank you. That's actually a really good way to think about it. Yes. Bloopers. I mean, I don't know if there are bloopers. I feel like the entire thing is, whenever I stream, it's just the entirety of it is blooper. Because there's no, like, purposeful intent with something to where I have to redo something. You know what I mean? It's all just as is. But yeah, then maybe I will do a DVD playlist. Who knows? Maybe I'll actually get started on that today. Maybe you'll see a video soon. I also have to figure out how to I had to get the stream video, since I didn't record it while streaming it. How to steal my own video from YouTube so I can edit it. Yeah, Goose, like a weekly or monthly highlights thing. Exactly. Or even just like highlights of per stream. And maybe not even every stream, but just like streams that seem to kind of stand out with the funny stuff. Maybe I can do like highlight, funny edit type stuff for them. But you can edit all the one-liners. That's true. I can. That's a good point, Rosario. You're right. And this is why I love having conversations with you guys, because you guys give me so much awesome ideas that would never have occurred to me on my own. Never. So I don't know why I said never like that. Never. Never. I'm still talking in old lady speak. Never. Never again. Just to put it out there, I don't know any old lady personally that talks like that. For some reason, that's my go-to for old lady. Never. Never again. Don't you even try to look up Granny Skirt. Never gonna let you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. I don't know, man. Maybe that'll be one. I'll just dress as an old lady and just sing that. I don't know. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. I hate it. I hate it already. Snake and Chilly hangouts with lots of old ladies, but none talk like that. Yeah, just to clarify, I hang out with a shit ton of old ladies all the time. Goose, I think this means we got to clip those Dwight backflips and pogs. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And that's another thing to let you guys know, because I know so many people don't know this about YouTube because it started a year ago. Only a year ago. But you can clip YouTube videos that you watch, just like Twitch. But the only difference is you have to post the link either in chat or post it in Discord under the YouTube clip section, because for some reason, and I really hope YouTube changes this, but YouTube only lets you, like, only keeps record of the clips you've made, but it doesn't, like, for instance, when you make me a clip, there's nothing in my YouTube studio that I can go to and find the link for it. Like, there's no area that shows me a list of everybody's clips like Twitch did. It unfortunately does not do that. Why? I don't know. I think that's really fucking dumb. But for some reason they don't. So the only way for me to be aware of the clips is by y'all actively sending me the link after you make them. And I would highly recommend doing it through Discord, my YouTube clip section. And if you guys aren't aware of Miss Discord, here's the Discord. Oh shit, I put it in the wrong section. I apparently was searching for an emoji. My bad. Okay. Because that's the only way that I'll be able to see the clips and use them in shorts. I really wish it did notify. Like, how stupid is that? What's the point of that? What's the point of that? Like, oh, you can make clips of somebody's stream, but yet if you don't tell them, like, nobody will know. Because on Twitch, it was where if someone made a clip, it would let you know in your stream summary that clips were made. And then there was a page where you could easily access every single clip that's ever been made by somebody of your streams, which is the smart way to go about it. I just really hope YouTube starts to adopt some of those things that Twitch did, because I won't lie and say Twitch didn't know what the hell they were doing. Of course they knew what they were doing, because they were purely a streaming platform, whereas YouTube didn't start off as a streaming platform. It's first and foremost not a streaming platform. So of course Twitch is going to know what they're doing when that is literally all they do. And there are definite aspects of Twitch that I hope so badly one day will be part of YouTube, and that includes things like the clips, for sure. That includes animated emotes, because I'm really upset that my little Elmo that everybody knows and loves doesn't have the fire moving. I want animated emotes again. I also want freaking pop-outs for the live stream, because the only pop-out that I get for live stream is the chat. I can pop out the chat, but everything else, like the stream health, the amount of viewers, just all that stuff, I can't pop it out, so it's all stuck on one screen. When me personally, the way I set up my second monitor is I'll have the live footage of me going directly from YouTube, so I'm seeing it as you see it, so I can make sure there's no lag. That's why I don't look through OBS's view of my screen, because then I'm not actually getting a truthful view of like if I'm lagging or not, because OBS, I don't think will show that, whereas of course YouTube will, because it's directly shooting off of YouTube's streaming. So I always have my video footage of what's going on, and then I would have my amount of viewers. I know not everybody looks at viewers. I don't look at viewers in the way that I take it personal. I just like to be aware. So I can see like what things do people not like, what things do people do like, so I would have my viewership, I would have my little raid button, I would have the chat, the activity, the actions that people asked for, like, when you would do channel point stuff. That's another thing, channel points and community channel point things. I would really love for YouTube to do that. That would be amazing for YouTube to do channel points. Because that's like just another awesome add-on to building a community, is getting to have the community actually actively add things into stream. Also, Dixper, I really hope becomes like YouTube friendly in the future, because I miss Dixper so much. Let's see. Rosario says, hey, I would listen to those playlists. Add those to Mix Concert. I'm set on playlists. I love you, Rosario. You're the best. All of you are the best, really. Jordy, old man Jordy, threatening trouble making kids until he falls asleep. Exactly, Goose. Yes, that emote. I'm so sad that it doesn't animate. Where's the suggestion box? Ugh, I have no idea where you would suggest that to YouTube. I mean, I assume just email them, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure how to do that. Or if you have like Twitter or something, maybe adding YouTube. I don't know, man. If I knew that, I would definitely be doing it for sure. Because I'm like, come on, YouTube, give it the program. You're going to be getting a ton of people that used to be on Twitch. So now's your time to like, really shine and show them that YouTube streaming can be just as awesome. But there's so much lacking from it. That doesn't mean I have regrets, because I don't. Do I miss Twitch? Of course I do. I do miss Twitch very much. Because I spent so much time building community there and doing all sorts of crazy ass shit on there. Like literally turning myself into a virtual cow singing. Like I went above and beyond, and you have to give me credit on that. I don't give myself credit on much of anything, but I will give myself credit on how fucking above and beyond I went for my Twitch streams. But it's only because there's so much that is connected to Twitch, like so many apps that work with Twitch that don't work with YouTube. And if YouTube had it to where I could turn myself into a cow based on what you say, I would totally fucking do it. or turning myself into pasta like I used to. I miss being pasta. It was nice being pasta. But I don't know. Hopefully in the future it'll work. I'm getting the command thing working. So the one thing that makes me really sad is there's this app that I used to use called Mix It Up. And it's unfortunately Twitch specific, which makes me so sad, because Mix It Up is one of those where I highly recommend it for Twitch users. And it may look very complicated and non-user friendly when you first start it, but trust me, it is like the most user-friendly thing ever once you actually understand what you're doing with it. I had so many awesome commands on Mix It Up, and I wish so badly that Mix It Up also worked for YouTube, because then all that awesome shit with like the cow, the pasta, the potato, all the red alert overlay, all that stuff I'd be able to do again, because then you guys could just simply put in the command and it'll pop up. But yeah, I can't find anything so far like Mix It Up. So I'm sad about that. I thought I found one the other day, because I am looking. But no, alas, it was not the same, and it doesn't do the same. Maybe someday. And if you guys ever find something, let me know. Like, if you find something that I can do those type of things like Mix It Up, if you're aware of what Mix It Up is and you find something similar that actually works for YouTube, please let me know, because I am dying to have my YouTube stream be almost carbon copy of Twitch, because I worked really hard on that version, and I would like to just carbon copy it versus, you know, I mean, granted, yes, I could totally do a stream without any like doodads and stuff, fine, and it's still a fun stream. I mean, that's what we do now, and we still have fun. But I just want to make it extra fun. Like, that's just how I am. I like to make things extra fun. I want to go above and beyond for you guys, and you know, just make it a really weird, great time. And the best way to make it weird and great is by turning into pasta. But anywho, I can't believe it's already 1. Jesus Christ, man. I swear, like, you let me talk and I'll freaking talk, man. It's already gonna be 2 hours here. And this was meant to just be a test for Nightbot. Although we've tested it, Nightbot works, so woo woo. But again, if you guys are, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of you are subscribed, actually. But if you're not, for some weird reason, please subscribe. Also, for those of you that don't know, when you're streaming, or when someone's streaming on YouTube, hit the like button for their stream, because it helps so much. YouTube algorithm loves thumbs up like buttons. Loves it. So it goes a long way. Also, if you talk in the stream, like, don't ever feel shy. Talk in somebody's stream, because also the amount of chatting is another thing that, from what I'm aware of, the YouTube algorithm likes, because it shows that it's a very active, healthy chat, because there's a lot of people talking. It's not just super quiet. There's a lot of engagement, which means that the people that are chatting a lot are most likely seeing whatever ad that YouTube wants to dish out. So it definitely helps push a person's channel and stream when you hit the like button, when you do talk, all that stuff. So yeah, don't forget to do that stuff if you would like to help support the channel. And if you have the funds, and only if you want to, and you haven't yet, please consider becoming an actual member, because it does help monetary, financially wise, for upkeeping this channel. Like I said, I do a lot behind the scenes to try to consistently grow this channel. There's stuff I have in mind that I want to do, but does require funds, and I can't just directly pull out of all my funds, because we're saving up for a wedding, as a lot of you know, and also just in general life, you know. So it does help when memberships come in, so that it can go very specifically to the channel and the channel only. Just to be able to do things like that. Like, I would like to bring in another, like a webcam, because I use an actual mirrorless camera for, I don't know why I pointed at it and looked at it as if you can see me right now, but I use a mirrorless Sony Alpha camera for my webcam. And the original webcam I used to use, which I highly recommend, it's a Logitech C120, I think. I don't remember. But I had that thing forever, since 2016. And now Mick's using it, and it works great. I highly recommend it if you're ever starting streaming and you want like a cheaper webcam. It works great. But I would like to do a secondary webcam so that I can do more vocal type things, because I want to do vocal videos as well. Also vocal, maybe karaoke streams. But for those of you that sing at all, or just understand the diaphragm, when you're sitting down, you don't take in as much air like when you're singing, because singing requires a lot of air intake and airflow. And so when you're sitting, it can almost half that amount. So you're working with far less air. You can hold notes a lot less. And so when you're standing, it works a whole lot better, which is why I was talking about a second camera for Mick. So if we do like karaoke night type things, I can have a camera that actually is leveled for standing. Can do that kind of thing. Also for the future, when it comes to developing a set for the movie that I want to do, it is found footage, but that doesn't mean it doesn't require any sort of financial anything. So it'll go to that as well. Also for games, like the DLC content for Dead by Daylight, or even for getting cool games for you to get to watch. Like, it helps with all of those things. Like, it goes a long way to helping the channel out, because I can't always spend on the channel as much as I would like to constantly give you guys awesome stuff. And I do want this channel to go a lot further than what it is at the moment. Because right now I'm just streaming Dead by Daylight. But like I've said before a multitude of times, there's a lot of plans that are already happening behind the scenes for this channel. And unfortunately, sometimes cost does come into it. And I don't have the kind of money to be putting in for some of these things. And I mean, if you don't wish to do that, or you can't afford to do that, that is absolutely fine. Or even, yeah, like I said, even if you don't want to, no pressure. But for those of you that do want to help with the monetary aspect of what this channel requires, well, it doesn't require, but to make it constantly grow and do better and give you more in the outcome, then consider doing a membership, because the lowest membership, I believe, is $3.99, so it's $4, and they do go up. But that's only for those of you that wish to do that, and no pressure, because if you cannot do that, there are other ways to show support, which is sharing videos, commenting, liking the video. All those things are highly supportive as well. So don't feel that is the only way to support the channel, because it is not by any means. Just even being here and being an amazing community is intense levels of support. So no matter who you are, just being on this channel in some shape or form, you are supporting it. I promise you. And in big ways, big ways. And when it comes to the monetary aspect, you know, it will help things happen faster rather than slower. But regardless, I've put so much money into all the things that I've done with this channel, and I know I'll continue to do that regardless. So I'm probably not the best at selling memberships here, because I'm like, I'll do it for you, don't worry. But yeah, so just in case you guys were wondering, like, what does the membership actually do? What is it actually doing, by the way? That's some of the stuff that the membership does. Likewise, I do want to turn this into a career, so hopefully someday memberships and things of that sort can also help towards making this an actual career for me, so that I can really, really, you know, hyper focus on this and just get to do all sorts of cool stuff without having to worry about paying medical bills. That would be rad. Paying medical bills, regular bills. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to highlight that stuff, because I don't think I've ever actually fully described, like, what exactly is the membership doing. But yeah, so thank you guys so very much. I am going to be putting back, someone asked me earlier on Discord in regards to putting back up the tip thing for the wedding. And I do plan on doing that. The problem for why I hadn't done it was purely because I was trying to get Nightbot or commands to work, because I want to be able to link to the tip thingy, and I can't do that, you know, without Nightbot working. So that was also for that too. So I'll be putting that up as well. Oh, thank you, Goose. You didn't have to give me 2 buckaroos. Thank you. You already gave me $5 earlier. What are you doing, Goose? You crazy. But thank you. It's very much appreciated. I read that as hubby. Yeah, Mick says, I'm a hand-me-down hobby creator right now, so give Shelly all the love. I'm just happy to be here. Oh, babe. Mick's awesome. And for anyone who doesn't subscribe to Mick, please consider subscribing. I'm pretty sure everyone in here already subscribes, but if you haven't, please, please, please do. He is trying to hit partner, but he is very much new to YouTube. I think he has like 20 subscribers at the moment. So every bit helps. So please consider subscribing and getting some of your friends on board to subscribe too, because the quicker we can get him to partner, the better. Because then, you know, he can also get to prosper with the streaming that he loves so much. And he can also have emotes again, because I really miss his freaking GGs and peepees, damn it. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. I mean, I do enjoy his peepee, but regardless. I miss the little hot dog emote, and it can't come back until he's partner. When is the behind the music of BBGY going to air? Wait, what's BBGY? What is that? I'm so late to everything. Oh, wait, is it? Wait, what? BB. Yeah, what is BBGY? I don't know. That was funny, PP. Wait, what? Oh, Bubblegum Graveyard? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Whenever Mick wants to do it, I guess. Jordy, that was funny, PP. I know, it's funny. Like, even as a grown-ass adult, the word PP is just so funny to me, and it never gets old. It never gets old for some reason. Mick, my acoustic project from when I was a child, that stuff is dead to me. But yeah, anyways, I will finally shut up, believe it or not, especially since I'm going to stream later tonight. I need to save my vocal cords a little bit. But yeah, 7 p.m. Central Time tonight, I will be playing Dead by Daylight. I don't know if you can see, like, I think you can on my channel. It'll show, like, scheduled streams. But yeah, 7 p.m. Central Time will be for today, later today. I'm going to stream Dead by Daylight with Angel and those of you that would like to partake. I also have set on there, I put Thursday and Friday live stream at 7 p.m. Central, but those might be subject to change, not in the sense of a lack of stream, but they might even start earlier just because I like having that elongated amount of streaming. So 7 p.m. might be changed to more like, who knows, maybe like 4 p.m., you know? But it depends what I'm doing that day and how much stuff I have to do that day. But we'll see, because I do like having the elongated streams. But anywho, yes, I am done. I am done talking my ass off. And I hope you guys like this Final Thoughts with Chely thing. Mick coined the name. Really good name. If I do say so myself. Nice short stream before your longer stream. Exactly. But I do like having these like talks where I can actually just pay attention fully and not have a game that I'm also switching between and getting to talk with you guys. So maybe I'll do this. I don't know. We'll see how often this happens. I'll aim to do it maybe like once a week, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be once every 2 weeks. I don't know, man. We'll see. Because it'll be tacked on to my already stream schedule. But I love you guys so much. Hopefully I'll see you at 7 p.m. Central Time tonight. Because, you know, it's good times. Good times doing Dead by Daylight. But yeah, Goose, see you later. Gotta do work now. Yes, thank you, Goose. Thank you for joining even while working. Thank you for a lot of you doing that, because I know a lot of you are. But anyways, bye.